How's everyone doing? This is going to be another random limited collector's edition video. You guys seem to like these kind of videos, and I just went through a big box and found a bunch of stuff, and this is going to be an all horror edition, so all kinds of different Steelbooks. I got some VHS in here, some Blu-ray, different collector sets. But let's go ahead and get into it. And as always, if you've seen the movies, definitely let me know what you think of them, and let me know what is your favorite edition in this video. First up is an Arrow Video, one of the first ones of their window box editions, and it is Phenomena, which is my favorite Dario Argento movie. Let me know what your favorite Dario Argento movie is. And I know this has been released, I think, again by Arrow Video, I think by Synapse as well. So a bunch of different editions, but I love these window box editions. You know, you can choose like 4 different covers on here. There's the other covers right there. I don't know why they stopped making these window box editions. I know most of these ones are out of print and hard to find, but I love them. And you get the poster in here. You get a booklet. There's the poster. I'm not going to pull it all out, but absolutely love it. And then there is the Blu-ray right there. But yeah, these editions were just awesome. I like how they're doing the regular releases now too. Arrow Video is still killing it, but these window box ones, just something about them I just thought was just super cool looking. So yeah, I'm always like torn about which like one to do. Sometimes I'll switch it up for the different covers, but I love it, and I love that movie too. This movie has pretty much everything: an evil killer, deformed child, a monkey wielding a razor blade, Jennifer Connelly as a young girl who can control insects. There's more to it than just that too, but yeah, Donald Pleasence is in here too. Love the heck out of this one. The soundtrack is amazing. The Valley song, oh, I love it. Just haunting and surreal. Next up is Return of the Living Dead Steelbook. This one right here, actually, it was noted as being Region B locked, but if you put it into your player and press the menu button as soon as it goes in, it can play in Region A. And this has a ton of special features on here, over 5 hours, including the More Brains documentary, which was a whole separate release over here in the US. And this is the Second Sight Steelbook. And I never ended up picking up the Scream Factory edition because this edition was great for me. And you get there's interior artwork right there in the Steelbook, and you get a nice thick booklet right there. So all kinds of goodies. Love this edition. For me, one of the best releases out there, especially Steelbook wise for horror. And here is another Blu-ray horror Steelbook, and that is It Follows. One of my favorite modern horror movies, especially American wise. I love that Steelbook too. Very simplistic but amazing, and Mika Monroe, stunning and very talented. And it does have interior artwork too. I'll go ahead and take the disc out, but there you go. Love this one. This one reminds me of like old school Carpenter. I love the soundtrack for it. Just another movie that's very haunting. I love the concept too. Very unique. And next up are this one right here is Fear Itself, the complete first season. It's a 4-disc set right here. I always love this TV show. Some really creepy episodes in here, and I don't know why it wasn't on for longer. And I was able to get this bottom part right here signed up by a bunch of people involved with the film, including Stephen Niles, Doug Jones, right there. I got to look up who that's Victor Salva. Actually, I could have done without his signature on there, but you know, it was one of those things that it was during it was like a in-store signing, so they were all signing it if you got it. So. I can't remember who this guy is right down here at the bottom. I'll have to look that up later and see, but there's the design for it. I don't really like the design for, a little buffer piece right here. Came in there, and it's like flipper discs, which I hate. And yeah, just the way that it's set up in there, it just seems very cheaply made. But the TV show itself was awesome. If you like Masters of Horror, Tales from the Dark Side, stuff like that, I would definitely recommend checking out Fear Itself. Again, some really creepy episodes on there. Next up are some of the old Anchor Bay 10 sets. This was limited to 20,000. This is Lucio Fulci's The Beyond. Super surreal movie. Some of the scenes from this movie still stick out in my mind. Yeah, the spider scene, just some awesome gore in there. And here's some cards in here that I haven't even opened up. Nice, super thick booklet right there. Again, I love when anything like that includes booklets. It's awesome. So, very cool. And then One of the things for these, they always came in like the CD jewel cases too for these 10s, but this is back in the day when Arrow Video was king of horror right there. So awesome DVD collector set. And here's another one for Hellraiser. And I believe this is probably out of 20,000 as well. This is right there. And one thing I noticed about this one, like some of these old Steelbooks, DVD Steelbooks and 10s, like right around the edges, you can see a little bit of like that degrading. It's not like necessarily rust, but it's kind of like deteriorating right on that edge. I don't know, it's kind of hard to pick up probably on there, but go ahead and show you. Again, a nice thick booklet. Look at that. And again, I love when they include like behind the scenes photos and stuff like that. And Doug Jones is Pinhead. I mean, Doug Bradley is Pinhead. Got Doug Jones confused with The Fear Itself. But yeah, without, you know, Doug Bradley as Pinhead, it's just not Hellraiser to me. And here we go. And I'll go ahead and show you, here's the disc in here. It comes in this little inlay. And this one actually comes with Hellraiser 1 and 2. So that's pretty cool. And there we go. Hellraiser and Hellraiser 2, Hellbound. And then the chapter selects on the back. So I love these old school Anchor Bay 10s. I still dig them. I used to have a bunch more. I did get rid of some and I kind of regret it, but I think they look amazing on display too. They're a little oversized. They stand out. Next up is Halloween 5. This one's limited to 15,000. Again, this one has, it's hard to find these ones in really good condition as well. See if I can open this one. There we go. It's like sealed shut on me right there. Sealed tightly. But yeah, again, they all came with these really thick booklets. So there's young Danielle Harris. And there we go. And there's the DVD disc right there in the CD jewel case, or DVD jewel case. But I always think of it as CDs. But I had a chance to interview Danielle Harris a couple years ago. I thought that was really awesome to have that opportunity. She's definitely a horror scream queen, final girl icon. Next up are a few DVD Steelbooks. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original Tobe Hooper film. He recently passed away. May he rest in peace. Definitely a directing horror legend. And this is one of like the first Steelbooks I ever got. This was an incredible deal for this Steelbook too. A bunch of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre ones back in the day, the special edition sets were really affordable, and just a ton of special features in there. There's the 2-disc Ultimate Edition from Dark Sky Films, right there. So I dig it. And then there is interior artwork as well. So I love that. The old DVD Steelbooks, so many of them were just like complete amazing packages. Next up is The Fly. This is from the UK. This is the Cinema Reserve one. And one of the better horror remakes out there from David Cronenberg. I love the cast here, Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis. I even like the Fly 2 with Eric Stoltz. But this one right here, Brundlefly, just so gross, but you felt sympathetic for the character. Great chemistry too. And one of the things that I liked about Cinema Reserve, they always had like these little booklets that were unique to each film. Like there you go right there. And it has like the chapter, the scene selection right there. And then unique disc artwork. Brundlefly. But yeah, absolutely creepy, and I love the heck out of this film. I am probably going to get rid of this particular edition though, just because I have other editions of it. And Big Trouble in Little China. This is another one where I was talking about how you can see a little bit of like on the edges right there of some of the old DVD Steelbooks, especially the matte finish ones. There's a little bit of deterioration right there over time. Not necessarily rusting per se, but I don't know, maybe oxidation. There you go. But love this one. John Carpenter's my favorite director growing up as a kid. Just loved all of his movies. John Carpenter's The Thing is my all-time favorite movie. Love this one too. Big Trouble in Little China. There you go. Next up is Jaws. And this is, I believe, a Dutch release. I love the horizontal one for that. And because on the back it has like Sweden, Denmark, Norway, a whole bunch of different flags down there. But yeah, another one where you'd have to have a region-free player, which I used to have back in the day, and I also got it for collector purposes. Next up are a few more VHS tapes. Graveyard Shift from Stephen King, great adaptation. Love the heck out of this one. Stephen Mack from Monster Squad's in here, Brad Dourif, a bunch of recognizable people, but this one needs a Blu-ray release so much. Love the heck out of this movie. Beastmaster 2. through the portal of time. You know, I don't even really remember this one. I just remember it being super cheesy. But old school VHS back in the day. It's one of the things I loved growing up as a kid, going to the little mom and pop video rental store, seeing all the horror VHS artwork and just being enthralled and love it. And Hell Night is getting a Blu-ray release finally from Scream Factory. Long overdue, but I love this old media case for it right here where it folds up on the bottom like that. But I think I'm probably going to keep this one just because I like the red packaging. I love the movie. I just think that looks kind of cool too. I got rid of like almost all my VHS, so these ones right here are some of the only ones I have left. Halloween 4, this is the Return of Michael Myers, and this is the collector's edition from Anchor Bay, and kind of like a mini clamshell case right there. And one thing I thought was cool about this, it has the old business reply card right there for the collector's edition Anchor Bay, and then you see all the different Anchor Bay Entertainment Library of Horror collector's editions right there. So I thought that was pretty neat. And there's the tape in there. Surprising that it still had that in there. Next up is Bear in Blood from Baba. This has a really cool like gatefold opening right there. I dig it. And I always love that artwork too. Really creeptastic. And there we go. Please be kind. Or be kind, please rewind right there. But I dig that. Next up is the Applegates, or I think it's also known as Meet the Applegates. Love this one. Great kind of like satirical take on American society, kind of like these giant insects who take the form of humans, like 1950s-esque humans. And just so funny right here. Ed Begley Jr., Stockard Channing, Dabney Coleman. There's Dabney Coleman right there. But this is such an entertaining movie. I would highly recommend the heck out of this one. This one definitely deserves a Blu-ray release as well. I hope a company like Scream Factory picks this one up. I would like to see a collector's edition for this too. Definitely deserves it. Or just a proper Blu-ray treatment for it. So there you go. Those are all my horror Steelbooks, special editions, limited collector's edition VHS tapes that I found in this box right here. Let me know if you've seen the movies, what you think of them, and which was your favorite movie and edition out of this video. Leave me a comment or video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.